Well, if you haven't figured out yet that crowdfunding is better than government grants, you're nuts! Man, today in the paper, look what's going on. The White House is even using crowdfunding. Man, I can imagine. And actually, it's for the Syrian crisis. All these refugees, there's like 500,000 people now that are, refugees in Europe. And, we're trying to help out in this country. And I could imagine Obama in the White House saying, oh, God, I got to go to Capitol Hill and get a grant from the government, to help the refugees. And, I got to go through all the paperwork and deal with those politicians and those people up there that hate me. Why don't I use crowdfunding? Right. And they just started the campaign, yesterday. They got $1 million already, and they're going to get all the money they need in about a week. Man, you can't do that anywhere else in the world. I mean, it's just phenomenal what's going on now with something like this. And that's why the politicians say, why deal with the bureaucracy of politics and everything? Because half the people don't want to do it, half the people do it. Well, screw it, let's just do it and find the half people that want to do it, and they'll kick in the money. So we don't have to raise taxes from everybody. Now, here's another thing that happened right here in Washington. A homeless guy in the park that the was used for the Occupy people, and there was a homeless guy, could be your friends with everybody, and he died last week. And they needed like $1,400. He had no money, he had nothing, and they were going to be in an unmarked grave. So this community group went online and went to an Indiegogo campaign and did crowdfunding. He got $1,400, so he gets a proper burial. Our politicians don't have enough money to that they want to do in taxes. But if you believe in something, man, you can find that people also believe that too, and get the money needed to do something that's important. Instead of fooling around the bureaucracy and trying to find out where in the government or get a law passed to do it and everything. Man, now you just go direct to the people and get the money to do it, because everyone's human and it's trying to find the right humans that agree with you to do something. And that's what this crowdfunding is all about. That's, I think, it's the most important thing that's happened in our community, not only for political, but for doing things that you want personally, to start a business, go back to school, or get money for housing, all these things that now are available. Even there's a separate crowdfunding now to pay lawyers' fees, right? So that everybody can have justice. And that's what's out there now. And it's an exciting thing that's happening now. So take a look. We've done a whole bunch of videos on it. So it's there. But start investigating. And it costs nothing to do. Remember that. Nothing. You try it, you lose. Who cares? You tried it. You figured it out. You'll do it better next time. That's what life is all about. Learning how to walk all over. When you do something new, you have to fall down a bunch of times before you do it right. So just go out and fall down sometime so you learn how to do this stuff. I was just listening to a radio program this morning from the BBC, the British broadcasting system, and it's called Global Business, and the name of the program is called Online Shopping in China. So if you want to look for it on Google, you can find it. BBC, Global Business Online Shopping in China. And this guy interviews a little village in the hills of China that was going down the toilet because everybody from the villages were running to the big cities and to the big factory towns, And they were wondering, how are they going to save the town? So what they did is the internet saved the whole town. It's amazing. And people are starting businesses on the internet without any money. I mean, these are farmers that had nothing. Just the food they lived on from farming and things like that, very poor and whatever. And now they turned this rural city in the hills of China somewhere into an online shopping mall. And economic development, it's crazy. And when you hear this, you see individuals come and set up an online store and with no money, no expertise in doing it, and God, we forget what business is about in this country. We think we got to get $1 million, and investors and banks and all this kind of stuff. No, it's finding something for somebody else and getting it to them, the people that need stuff. So now that's why the internet does all that for you. And it's impossible to start businesses with next to nothing. Don't get trapped into searching Google about starting a business, and you'll find people who tell you just need money or them and all that kind of stuff to do it. No, you don't. You need a customer and something to sell them, and that's all. And you could fumble around on the internet trying to figure that out yourself, and the help you need is all free. If a farmer in China can make an online business and make money, and they're selling to the world, then you can too, right? And you don't need money to do it. And that's why what they call all this is internet capitalism with no capital. That's right. You don't need capital, that's money, to be a capitalist. You just need the internet. The world has changed. It's not like the robber barons and setting up factories and stores and all this kind of stuff. The internet's next to nothing, and you find goods and you can find them on the internet, whatever, and then just figure out how to sell them to somebody. And that's a trial and error method. I mean, immigrants in my parents and grandparents generation did that, went door to door knocking on doors doing that. There's no different the internet does, but you just sit home in a nice warm place and do it. That's the difference. So remember, capitalism now requires no capital. Okay, now if you ever thought about doing something on your own, like being your own boss some way, whether you're starting your own business or just doing your own thing, gotta watch this, really, because it's really epitomizes what that kind of life is all about. It's about, your heart, really. We all think, oh, those guys are so smart or whatever because they're able to do it themselves and we're smart enough to figure that out. No, things are by accident, most things you figure out. And it's because your heart is in it. You want to do it so badly. You stay there until you figure a way to do it. Everybody complains, oh, I can't do that because I don't have enough money, or I don't have this expertise, or I don't have that, or that guy's smarter and everything. No, they're not. 99% of us, or maybe at least 90% of us, could do probably 90% of the stuff here. And the help is out there for anything. It's just not in the normal ways. I mean, there's always going to be roadblocks. And then to me, the successful ones are there long enough to figure out a way to get through that roadblocks. There's problems with doing anything because life is just a pain in the butt. So how are you going to get through all the problems? That's why I see if your heart is in it, something you really want to do, you'll get through that. These two young guys now, they're barely out of college, and they wanted a restaurant. They're working full-time for somebody else, How are they going to get money? Man, they're just out of college debt, and all this kind of stuff. They wanted it. Now, there was ingenious the way they did it. You got to watch this video because it shows how what they did, not only use the internet for crowdfunding, to get money to start their restaurant. They used a bar to start their restaurant that wasn't even theirs. They wanted to serve the food and show people how good it is. So they live in Columbus, Ohio, and they're looking around for a place. They found a bar that was open. What was it? They had no business in lunch. So they said, hey, let us use the kitchen at lunchtime because all your business is in the evening. We'll use it at lunchtime and give you all the drink money, So you don't have to hire cooks or anything. We'll do that, the servers, everything, because we want to learn how to do restaurant too. And to serve the food that they were interested in serving. It was a unique kind of food that they wanted to make. And it just took off. No money, no investment in having a place, having a restaurant, all that. The guy had everything, had a kitchen, everything, They found a way around it, a clever way that cost no money, and to get the idea. And then it was so clever, man, the papers wrote it up, everybody wrote it up and everything. Now they're getting money on Kickstarter or Indiegogo, on crowdfunding, and doing it all themselves, just by having the perseverance to get through the hurdles. That's what life is. It's not being the smartest guy in the room. It's not being the richest person in town. It's being a person with enough heart, enough drive, and you want to do this more, that this is important for you. And if it's important for you, you'll find a way to get around it. A non-traditional way. See, we all think about doing something in the traditional ways. And that's after there's establishments and all this kind of stuff. Now with the internet, see, there's no traditional ways. All the old gatekeepers are gone. There's no more publishers. You publish yourself. Bankers, no, you go on a peer-to-peer lending and cut out the middleman with the bankers. See, all the old stuff that were middlemen and traditional ways, that's going away. Now all you need are customers. That's what the internet gives you. And now you're in a restaurant, well, you want a place to serve food. So instead of paying $500,000 or whatever it takes to find some retail space and redo it into a restaurant, all that kind of stuff, and maybe people will come. No, you go into an existing space. Somebody wants something to do at lunch. Nobody's coming to lunch anyway. Say, let me run lunch for a while and see if we get somebody with our new stuff, because we're going to do crowdfunding and everything. Man, brilliant. I've done over 700 interviews like this. People doing things themselves, creating their own jobs. And this is really special. Maybe only because their heart is in it. They're not geniuses from Harvard or MIT or something. They went some local college in Ohio. But they wanted to do something bad enough. They figured out a way to do it. So watch these guys. Learn. We all learn. I learn over again all the time. Okay, Niall and Miko! And you guys are the smartest I've done about 700 interviews like this, man. And you guys are the smartest suckers I have ever seen in starting a business. Honest to God. I mean, everybody wants to go, oh, I need $1 million to do this. Or yeah, I can't do it unless I have... Man, you're starting a restaurant business without money, without a restaurant. without keeping your other jobs on the side and everything, and just making it happen. And you're going dynamite, man. You got a crowdfunding site. I mean, your video is so exciting. I mean, and you have a food that I can't even spell. I have no idea what the hell it is. But everybody who tastes it loves it. And I mean, it's not like you're, in Silicon Valley. You're Columbus. Columbus. The hottest thing in the world that was coming out of Columbus. And it's food by two guys just out of college. Yeah, it's just wonderful, guys. Really. Okay, let's get serious and tell you. So it's for High Poke, right? Now that's the food that you're serving. You have a restaurant, but you really don't have a restaurant. You're serving it already because you made a deal with a bar, right? To serve it during lunch. And so now people come in and contribute to your crowdfunding site so you can get your own bricks and mortar.
That's right. That's the goal.
Yeah. It's just genius. I mean, you guys are absolutely genius. Everybody bitches and moans. I'm sure people you graduate from college with are all going, to work and, some slave farm with in front of a screen, and you guys are having the time of your life, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Man, we need that tee up everywhere. We'll just bring you with us.
Well, you guys, I've seen you guys on the air too. I mean, you're great. But it is. I mean, see, to me, what sells is passion. I mean, I've been on TV thousands of times or whatever, and I don't know what works, but I know you have to have a good idea and you have to have passion. And without that, man, nothing will happen. Then it's a crapshoot after that. But if you don't have that, that's why you guys are having fun. Man, so man, what the hell happens with this deal? You've won already. You're having the time of your life for the last 6 months doing this stuff. So who cares if you're a gazillionaire next Tuesday or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, our passion is what fuels this project. Just, constantly going, and everything is an opportunity. Everything is learning, it's feedback, it's an opportunity for growth, and we are just committed to our vision, and we're having a lot of fun. Like that's the name of our game, fun.
Well, I believe. I mean, that's it. Well, Miko, I mean, is this how they start restaurants in the Philippines too, or not?
Oh, just popping up on the side street.
I say, right? See, I mean, those less developed countries, man, you get two sticks together and you're in business, right?
I mean, we do have small business consultants over there as
Yeah,
well.
I see. Oh, too bad.
Yeah, it's been quite the process, and it's been such an amazing experience to be able to share this with Nile, and basically giving back to the community. And the amount of support that we've been getting from Columbus is, man, it's very humbling, and it's.
I mean, people got to see that video. I mean, the Indiegogo video. Actually, go to your website. Is High Seabus, as for Columbus, right? HAICBUS.com, and you see the video. You guys, I mean, you see the people come out of your restaurant, and it's not your restaurant. It's just something like you have a deal with a bar that you use during the day sometimes, right? People come in and try this food, and they're just ecstatic. I mean, it's not one or two of your relatives either. I mean, these are dozens of people.
We've had a big a rollout of support from Columbus that we couldn't even have imagined. That people are really inspired to try something new, to take it on, and then you find out it's very rewarding because it's extremely delicious.
See, and this is where the important ideas come from. Everybody thinks, "Oh, I want to be another Wolfgang Puck or whatever this guy is, or whatever," and have a big fancy. No, man, you get somebody else's space, put in some chairs, a table, and call it a restaurant, and get something cool, and people come, and you did that. Yeah, what an inspiration. What about your teachers from college? Are they impressed, or they they haven't seen this yet?
Actually, funny that you asked. One of my professors, Leslie Fine, who taught a service marketing class that I took, came and ate our food and is actually going to roll in our concept to a marketing strategies course that she teaches.
Wow! So you're going to get free marketing help now from your...
More, baby. Even...
Why pay when you can get it free?
All the good words start with F. Free. So on.
Right. No, absolutely. And so to help you guys, I mean, that's what it is. The Indiegogo campaign, again, on HiCBus, HAICBUS.com. And really, even if you're not living in Columbus, because a lot of your gift items are to eat there, and taste this food. So it may be hard for someone in California, but they could get a T-shirt, right? Or they could get a gift card to give to friends, or actually just to see your story. I mean, this is, to me, people should see your video and learn from how you guys are being American entrepreneurs like nobody else now. And that's why and Miko, you say you're in high tech or whatever with a startup. You know these guys. I mean, as far as I met everybody's running around to try to convince some fat cats to give them a bunch of money to work an idea. And here you got an idea. You put your soul into it and figuring out how to do it without a bunch of money. Then you don't have to hire somebody's girlfriend or whatever and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you want to be an entrepreneur so you can do your own thing, right? So why get in bed with somebody who's going to tell you what to do every day?
Yeah, our currency is opportunity.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. So explain the dish to us, because what's in this bowl we get?
Perfect. So I, as I've spent, the past years kind of perfecting and going over it, it started with just like eating it again as I, ate it as a kid and was like, wow, this is good. So basically it's a meal. It's quite filling. You'll get our ahi yellowfin tuna. So it's raw. It's really high quality sashimi grade tuna, and we marinate it or sort of toss it in our very flavorful sauce. We serve that over our sticky sushi rice. And then there's a variety of accompaniments and vegetables, pickled cucumbers, avocado, chili garlic, bean sprouts. You'll get a wedge of lime, crispy wonton chip, and some onion and jalapeno if you'd like. And we eat it fully loaded. That's how we recommend it. You want the fork. You don't want the chopstick.
So is this street food in Long Island where you grew up or what?
Well, it is street food in Hawaii.
Oh,
In
I see
fact,
street food.
I mean,
Okay.
you can literally in Hawaii walk into a gas station,
Really?
no exaggeration, any gas station, and they have just windows, glass windows of a variety of fish types, and it's all poke. I mean, it's like almost synonymous with their culture. So we're kind of incorporating that theme of the street food, fun, easy, approachable food, but really high quality, really fresh, really delicious.
Yeah,
You know,
it
it's
looks
a lot of love. And a lot of love. That's our secret ingredient. I guess.
What's
Lots
the
of love.
secret ingredient? I missed that.
A lot of love.
A lot of love, right? But that love is fun. I mean, I see the excitement in your restaurant or this bar that you call your restaurant. You know that everybody is just infused with this excitement to be there, and they come out and they just brag about the rice. Yeah. You spend all this money on the tuna, and they're bragging about the rice too. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna just start selling rice.
Right. But it's just great. Well, you're an inspiration to everybody, guys. And thank you for doing this and showing the rest of us how to really be an entrepreneur and having fun, man. If you're not having fun, you're in the wrong job. So it's HiCBus, HAICBUS.com. And that's where you find Miko and Niles. Take care, guys. Great fun.
You know, a lot of times when I mention crowdfunding to my friends, you know, they think of high-tech gadgets, you know, on sale, like a computer that flies in the sky, or all kind of stuff that people are inventing nowadays. You know, actually, I haven't seen the computer flies in the sky, but man, you have to realize it's for any kind of product or any kind of idea. I actually saw a fellow who made $15,000 to taste his potato salad. That's right. Or the White House recently, you know what they did? They raised $1.2 million for the Syrian refugees, the people leaving Syria and don't know where to go. I mean, God, the White House is endorsing a crowdfunding site. See, it's anything, you know, because you know it's easier than anything else. Easier than going to Congress and fighting with everybody up there about doing it. And that's why I see you get money from the people who want to do that, you know. So why go to everybody who thinks it's a stupid idea? The world is so big. Crowdfunding is the whole world. So you only need 100 people, maybe 10, maybe 200 or something for you. There's got to be those people out there. You just have to find them, and that's where the crowdfunding platform lets you find them. Like here's a woman who was interesting. Man, who would have thought? This is something that if you're a man, you probably don't know, and I still don't understand it. For sweat that comes in your bra, you know, because the iron, you know, that holds the bra and things like that, it's uncomfortable and it's sweaty, and so people don't wash their bras. And who would have thought? At least you and I don't, if you're a guy, yeah. But women know this. So she developed a little product. It's a little like tissue thing that sticks on your bra, and they're disposable, so you don't have to wash your bras often, or ruin your bra by washing it too much. And it's comfort too. It makes everything comfortable. That's why who would have thought that you could get that kind of money, you know, for just a little tissue in your bra? And that's why it's there to solve problems. And say maybe there's only 1,000 people who want that. Well, you can find those 1,000 on the internet. You know, if you have a store in one corner, those 1,000 people aren't probably going to stop by. You know, and that's what's neat about the internet. There's millions and millions of people all over, and it's segmented so much. And that's why normal retail, you would never find those people, but now you can. So watch this interview. A delightful young lady who actually studied political science and worked on Capitol Hill. And now she want to make bra pads to make women more comfortable. And actually, you guys, don't just dismiss this, because I think this is a great idea for men to give to their loved ones. You know, if you have women in your life, man, just show them how such a sensitive guy you are. Women love that. So watch this. Well, Abigail Pearl, and it's Cupcake, no, not Cupcake, it's CupCareLiner.com, and you're the inventor of the Cup Liner. Now that's not an ocean liner, right? This is a liner for what?
It's actually a liner for bras.
Oh, a bra liner. And you had this idea. Well, look at your video on Indiegogo. You know, like you said, 10, 15 years ago you had this idea. And it really, and I didn't realize this because I haven't worn a lot of bras in my life. As I get older, I may need a training bra or something, but...
Well, you can use our...
A liner, right, exactly. See, a bro bra. What's the name, the man's bra? Brosier, that's right, Brosier. Yeah, right, Brosier was a Seinfeld episode or something. Brosier.
Man's that's what it is.
What is it?
Man's
A man's ear, that's right. So now for a man's ear or a brasier, you're increasing the life cycle, right, of these things, because I didn't realize that women don't wash them that much because they're gentle, and so they worry about this. And if you put this little liner, it's a little strip, right, just on the bottom.
Yeah, I can show you.
Yeah, okay, good. Oh, not, okay, on a sample, good. I see, and that peels off, right? So you peel it off, peel it on. So are they washable themselves or not?
No, actually, so they're disposable because the point is you don't have to wash as often, and so you just pull it off, throw it away, you can put a new one in.
Right, wonderful. So you must get like 3-4 times the wear out of a bra by using something like this.
You do, and actually it sort of completes your bra experience because women suffer from all kinds of things, not happy things with bras, and kind of solves a lot of the issues.
I see a lot. Well, I mean, it seems like, looking at your video too, it enhances the comfort factor, true?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, it protects the area where the wires sit on the skin like all day, and it just kind of acts as a barrier between the skin to the bra. So
right. I mean, imagine a guy, I mean, if we had underwear with wires in them. I mean, oh my God.
Actually, on BuzzFeed, men tried bras wearing them for a whole week, and they hated it. They're like, it's so uncomfortable, it hurts me.
I know, it's dreadful. No, I can't understand, why hasn't anybody thought of this before? My God.
Well, some people have tried, but their products are not as right, I think. So ours is really affected the bra wearing experience.
I see. Well, it must be nice. I mean, particularly for women that are very energetic, outdoors and, doing sports and things like that, that not only the sweat factor and everything that you don't have to worry about as much with your bras, but also the comfort factor. I mean, that's what I would think. God, I mean, if you're going to give me a little sticky to make me more comfortable, I mean, it's sort of like your shoes, making them more comfortable or something like that.
Yeah, actually, we found that, you don't even have to be that active to suffer from bra. Actually, it's women, who are, even if you imagine sitting like you're sitting right now, and, we're never like sitting straight, we're always a little bit hunched over. And so the wires kind of like stab into where your torso is. And that is a very uncomfortable position to sit in with that. So hours and hours with a bra sitting at work isn't much better than when you're active.
Right. I could see, if you're active, maybe your mind's on other things too, but just sitting there and you have this, gosh, I mean, it's just a great idea. And the price is nothing. Like $24, you get a pack of these things that last you a whole bunch of times, right? Yeah. And it's other. And you're on Indiegogo now, and you're going to be shipping way before Christmas. So, I mean, I thought, man, I never know how to get a lot of women in my life for Christmas. So, God, this would be a perfect thing, because I know they never heard of it, right? Nobody will know about it, and they'll wonder what this little box is, and it'll be so practical. Man, here's a guy giving a practical present to somebody, not some stupid chocolates that they're going to feel guilty eating.
Exactly. I mean, I wish that more men would feel comfortable about buying a bra liner on our Indiegogo campaign. I'd be like, sweetie, I bought something that's going to make your bra experience perfect.
You got to be comfortable making the women in your life more comfortable. That's
yeah, but I think it's the next level. I think that's the next.
What goes around comes around, and that's right. But see, I would think what goes in my hand, man, I'll show off to the woman that I'm really a sensitive guy.
I think about her.
Right, exactly. See, and I think that's a trick to get inside, for women and inside their shield sometime. If you show your sensitive side more, instead of giving her a baseball mitt,
Or another perfume that you'll be like.
Right, exactly. And that you become sensitive to the special needs of women. I mean, that we all want to be appreciated for what we are, and I think a guy doing that, so hey, he understands me, and about me. He's just not interested in Sunday afternoon football.
Well, and I think if anything, it shows that a guy listens, because
Yes.
every man knows that women, at the end of the day, like the first thing they want to do is take it off, and like throw it, and be like, I don't ever want to wear you again tomorrow morning. And then a man, if he buys Cup Care, he'll say, I noticed that you don't like your bra. Let me help you.
Or exactly right. I mean, what could be better than that, to understand somebody else's problem? I mean, and that's what we're in life for, I think, as friends or whatever, to someone else, is to share as much as we can about our insides and our worries. And here you're communicating that, boy, you're just a sensitive person and understand the problems you have as a woman, and I want to help you with everything in your life. I mean, I think that's our job when we love somebody, is help them do whatever they want to do. I mean, I grew up in a household, everybody told what everybody else should do. But, well, I say our job, because we're all struggling in life, we don't know what to do. So the loved ones, you help them do whatever you want to do. It fine. Let me help you. So you have a problem, fine. Okay. I'm going to help you. And I'm going to even know your problem before you say what it is, so I could help you, see?
Which is exactly what you're describing, is how men can use Cup Care to their advantage.
Exactly. Right. So here it is. Get a hot date this weekend. Go to cupcareliner.com. And then your instant Cupid date or whatever, you bring a box of these and show, hey, I'm a real...
Oh, look at what I brought you.
Right, exactly. That's wonderful. Well, you're a delight, Abigail, and it's an important product. Obviously, we make fun of it, but it is important. It's nice to have you there doing this for the rest of us, or for the rest of women. Because if a woman's happy, making my life happy too. So, cupcareliner.com. cupcareliner.com. Thank you. Have a good. Bye. Okay, everybody's getting hacked nowadays. When I grew up, hacking means you drive a hack. You're a cab driver. That's what they call hacks in my era. But now it's really people get inside your computer. And now we're getting so many new products that are going to help prevent this. I mean, before you used to have security for your home, and you have some company that charge you $100 or $200 a month for protecting your home and things like that. Now you don't have to worry about people coming through your window or anything. Worry about people coming through your internet. And that's why there's people out there now who are thinking of ways to prevent that. So, somebody gets your name, I guess, and your ID, and they could probably, clean out your bank account and pretend they're you, and all this identity stuff. And a lot of this stuff is scare stuff, but it is real too. It's happening. And I don't know if you've seen that. What was it, Target? I mean, millions and millions of people, somebody hacked into the Target computer. The government, we spend more on cybersecurity than anybody else in the world, and people are able to figure out to get in there. And so now you're going to see products, and this is going to be a product. You see an interview of this fellow. It's something, a little ball you put in your house, and you hook it up to your internet, so that means anybody who goes through your internet, connection, then they could tell. They can tell if somebody's strange or whatever. So I'm sure, not only somebody hacking you, but somebody getting crap in your computer. I mean, that's what I really have a problem with, is getting all this extra junk in my computer that I didn't ask for. So it's a growth industry, and I think be careful of the fear stuff. Everybody's like, oh, you're gonna die if you don't have that, and somebody could steal your child, and so be reasonable about it. And realize what you're paying for, what you may not be paying for. But there's new ways for people to hack you. And one is through your internet. And now we're going to have the Internet of Things, they call it. So your refrigerator's hooked up to the internet, your toaster, everything, your doorbell. See, the lock on your door and things like this. So it's getting pretty complicated out there. So it's all because of wireless internet. We could do this. So that means you could sit at your office and you could see who's at your front door, and then you press a button on your phone and you let the people in. See, that's what the internet's doing. So now people are thinking of ways to protect you from that too, because that means somebody else could do that, maybe, and whatever. I don't know about it, but I know I try not to get too paranoid. But it's interesting. So watch this.
Well, Robert Beatty! And it's Get Cujo, CUJO.com. And you're going to keep the Chinese people out of my network, aren't you? You're going to keep them out of my PC, out of my refrigerator. They won't be able to open my door because now everything's hooked up to the internet. And really, God, they literally could do that. I mean, the government's worried about, the Chinese, but the rest of us have to be aware of any two-bit hacker down the street or a mafia that's probably learning all this stuff. And
not just down the street, but on another border, another country somewhere. Yeah,
right.
Anywhere.
No, it's not secure. We're not secure. I mean, we love the internet. Everybody's on the internet. Everybody spends their life. But now our TV's getting on the internet, right? Our dishwasher's on it, our toaster, everything. So they could have toast popping up in the morning. But things like important, like the door is electronically, wired now to the internet. So your device, and it's a consumer item, hooks up to our Wi-Fi at home, right? And it controls all this stuff and could tell the good guys from the bad guys, and we get a little notice on our phone. Hey, you really want this sucker?
Yeah, essentially, yeah. Yes, so the device connects to your router, Wi-Fi or wired, and essentially it acts in two modes simultaneously. One, it listens, or I guess it watches, if you will, traffic kind of go in and out of your network, and then two, anything that it identifies as bad traffic, it will stop. It'll block it.
I see. And bad traffic, I mean, I guess you can never explain what the hell that means. Huh?
Try. So we define bad traffic as anything from somebody trying to access something that you didn't allow.
I see.
From the context of, I guess the word we're using is behavioral analysis, right? Like, for example, the way our device is different from other solutions that exist is that we were paying attention to the communication of your devices, whether it's a laptop, PC, or a refrigerator, such that, for example, your refrigerator will most likely talk to its manufacturer at a constant,
I see.
The moment it starts talking to Romania for any reason.
I see. Not to disparage Romania like I was with China, right?
Right. Precisely. Somewhere else that, is kind of not part of the normal, pattern.
I see.
It sends it sends the block message to the device to stop that traffic, and two, it sends you a notice on your mobile device letting you know.
Well, that's
hey,
terrific.
notice this.
Yeah.
If this is something you're aware of, and this is a accepted behavior, go ahead and override. But otherwise, it protects by default.
Well, and also then it's doing that for my PC and all my laptops and everything, so I don't have to have 5 copies of the virus software in every device that I have, because it's right on the router and it covers everything.
Exactly. And so, there's, antivirus is still an important vector for protection, especially against malicious code. But unfortunately, they only exist on PCs and laptops.
I see.
it cannot protect your thermostat. It cannot protect your camera, for example.
Ah, I see. Right. So all these things, the Internet of Things now, we need protection of things.
Right.
And that's what you guys have. And you guys really, it sounds like you're the first consumer item for this. I mean, this is like $50 on your crowdfunding campaign, and I get 6 months of unlimited protection with cops sitting in front of my house every 24/7, right?
Yeah. So essentially, yeah. And if I may, the campaign, if you back us there, that's a steal of a deal.
Yeah.
It's
I would
$50.
think so. I mean,
6 months or more.
ADP or whatever these people, the security home. I mean, they want hundreds of dollars a month for this kind of stuff.
Right, exactly.
And they're not protecting your refrigerator, just your locks and your doors. And now with the locks and doors on the internet, you don't even need people like that, right? You don't need
Possibly. I mean, we definitely acknowledge people like ADP as providing physical security to
Right.
your perimeter.
Right.
But as of right now, yeah, there's very little in the way of protecting your kind of your internet properties.
Right. And things and everything is going to be connected to the internet. So now it's really like $50. You get 6 months of coverage. And you're working on it, and I imagine, boy, when this thing comes on the market, it's going to be a hell of a lot more than that,
Yeah. We project it'll be around the 250, 260 for the device.
Right.
And then I do believe we plan on offering the same $8.99 monthly subscription plan.
I see. So so right now the product is $50 for the little device. And that there's no software. You don't have to fool around with anything. You just put the cube somewhere in the house. You plug in the Wi-Fi, and you're all covered, right? You don't have to
That's
know
right.
how to load,
There's
download, answer questions, and
Yeah, there's no
call
login.
Verizon or Comcast. Hey, this.
Precisely. Yeah, you simply plug it into your router, and that's it. There's no web page to log into. There's no no setup necessary.
By the way, you're great on that video. Yeah.
Well, I'll be honest with you. That was an interesting day.
Yeah. No, it is. Because it's obviously you're sincere because you've been in the high tech, I guess, for many years, studying security, issues and everything. And so this is a brand new startup, you and your buddies, and but you could see just even in the passion you have, were behind those words in the video, and you could tell that, and that's why I think you were very effective in that way. The video is done very well too, but your portion, I think, is the sincere, because the other sounds like announcer stuff, but it's coming from your heart. I mean, you believe this stuff, you work on it, you've done it before.
Yeah, and so this is definitely near and dear to my heart. I know people personally, close to my family members, including. Where this is fortunately nothing too bad has happened, but you can tell this is going to be something very kind of scary in the near future.
Well, it's more and more. I mean, read the headlines. It's Target. It's Office of Personnel Management and the U.S. government. They got. I was thinking about. They have my son's records. Because he works for the government and he's going to have all that stuff. Is now public information. So it's obviously something we're more concerned. And here it's an easy device, to do this, and it's easy for the consumer because, and there's no nonsense. It's not complicated. It's just it looks like a work of art too. I mean, this little cube you have.
I'll tell you, Matt, that was one of the reasons, and this is a true story. When I saw the design of the device, it didn't look like an alien piece of machine, right? It wasn't like some box. Right.
Here's your router.
Right. Hopefully it'll protect you. This one, it looked a lot like a certain, I think it's a DreamWorks character.
Yeah, exactly. It does. I mean, it could be like a vase if it had hole in it to put flowers in or something like that. Yeah.
That was actually the principal kind of element deciding the design. They wanted my CEO wanted a kind of like a welcoming gesture, like a hand, holding soil plant.
Yeah. I see. No, it's delightful. You're right. It seems like an Apple work of art of some kind.
Considerable effort went into designing that.
Very elegant. Okay, so to get on the campaign, and you guys got thousands of people already, my God. But you go to getcujo.com. That's GetCujo. And we were talking before we went on the air. Cujo is the guard dog in the in the Stephen King movie, right? So that's
the movie was very on the darker side, but
so we gotta go out and get Cujo, GetCujo.com. Wonderful, Robert. Pleasure talking with you. Thanks for doing your
likewise,
work.
Matt.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, now where else can you make $45,000 in 30 days at a part-time job? That's what this next interview is all about. Man, that's the power of what's available out there today. Man, we used to dream of that, or you had to play the lottery and won in a zillion chances of doing something like that. But now it's possible. Man, it's just phenomenal what's out there now for people. I mean, this is through crowdfunding, and that's what it is. You have a decent idea. You work on it for a while till you get an idea what it is, so you can see. You don't even need a final product. You need a sample. That's all you need. And you go on the internet, and it costs you nothing to do that. You don't need accountants. You don't need lawyers. You don't need a business plan. You don't need a credit check or any of these kinds of things. Where else are you going to have an opportunity like that? That's why I believe now in our society, it's now easier than ever before, to do something important and to start a new career part-time. You don't have to do full-time. You don't have to, move out of your house and live in a tent until you figure out what to do. No, you can do this part-time. Give up your golf game or your bowling league or whatever the heck you do, on the side. And this is a way to really build a future. I mean, I think is the best way to invest for the future, but also retirement, man. I mean, retirement sounds dumb, because you want to give, you want to contribute for the rest of your life, and this is a way to do it. So you work something on the part-time and build this little business or practice or whatever you have so that it could be a full-time, and provide the security and also the satisfaction. We want to give in life, and that's the important thing. And this is a place for you to give as much as you can without stupid meetings or dumb bosses or anything. Just you and your ideas. So watch this interview. Well, Weston By and Cooper Bus, right?
Here we are.
In Minneapolis, Minnesota, and with incredible technology for earphones. Man, lifeacoustics.com, LIFEACOUSTICS. I went to school in the Midwest, and I still flunked English, so that's why I spell everything for everybody. They don't mess up. But you guys are giving music sound to earphones that nobody has heard before. And that's why I just wonder, how the hell are people going to realize how good these damn things are by listening to the crappy speakers on their on their PC? So everybody's got to get out and try these things, right? To see how good. And you work with audiologists. I mean, people manufacture hearing aids. I mean, you're not just selling boom boxes or whatever. I mean, this is serious stuff you guys have, but it's really enhancing people's environment so much by just plugging these things in the ear, mainly because they stay there, right?
Yeah.
So what makes these so special? How did you figure this stuff out?
So the thought process, and Weston and I had wonderful opportunities to work really closely with, as you said, audiologists and engineers that have a passion for this kind of thing. The thought process is Weston's family is deeply rooted in the hearing aid business.
I see.
So what can we learn from hearing aids? What can we learn from the way they fit and the way that they sound and the technology that's in them that makes things that produce sound really tiny? What can we learn from that and then adapt it into like groundbreaking new headphone technologies.
So in other words, the fit and the sound and everything that is in these, hearing aids, which are thousands of dollars, aren't they? I mean, these things are very expensive tools. You're putting that into earphones for the average person now, so they could have that technology and the enhanced experience of really hearing the music, and I don't know all the terminology used before we went online, but it's there and it works, man. And you say people put on these earphones are twice as expensive and gaudy and everything, that you just blow them away every time people make a comparison, huh?
Yeah, we have the fit that no one else has, but we also just made sure that if we were going to have the fit, we're going to have the best sound to go with the best fit. And so we decided not to skimp on anything as far as sound goes.
And so even though you guys, I mean, you're an engineer, right, Weston? But you're not an audiology engineer or whatever that, or sound engineer. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So you got, special expertise. I mean, somebody who devote their life to doing this, to help you with this. But more importantly, you guys' hearts seem to be in this because you were buddies in grade school, high school, what?
Grade school, yeah.
Really, grade school?
Got off the bus in 4th grade.
Yep.
4th grade, wow! You're still friends. Well, that's terrific. And you always had headphones, and you always wanted to do something better in this stuff, right? So this has taken your 4th grade passion 20 years later and finally saving the world with it.
Yeah. We always talked about doing something, and it took us a long time to come together and find the idea that we actually really wanted to start up and work on. So,
well, that's what's so neat. And using crowdfunding and Kickstarter to it really helps it do that easier now than when you were what the world was like when you were 4 years old. You couldn't have done this, right?
We would have done it with loans, probably.
Right. or 2 soup cans and a string or something. Yeah. But more importantly, look at raising money like this. I mean, you already made your quota, right? You have 2 weeks to go, and you made your quota. But more importantly, people ought to buy this on Kickstarter now because you're getting $50 off when you finish a Kickstarter. And also, if you have anybody who likes music, I mean, this is an ideal Christmas gift. You guys are shipping before Christmas. I mean, so many things on Kickstarter, you'll get it next Christmas.
We're ready to gear up as soon as the Kickstarter ends. So.
Wow, that's amazing. And you figured all out, the process or whatever, more so the figuring out the technology. And I guess that's why it's to me, what you show me is that you don't even have to be an expert in something that you really want to do. You found the expertise that was necessary, but you had the passion to make it happen. The guy with the expertise didn't have the vision you had, so you had to use his expertise to make your vision happen. And you, the guy, at your age, you're the guy who's thinking forward. Hey, this is what the goddamn world needs.
Exactly what we're doing, kind of. We really don't know how to do much of a lot, but we know how to find the people that do. So
yep.
That's what it's all about. So what the hell did you go to school so long for? That's what I see, that you can teach yourself almost anything now, by using the internet and finding tools and expertise at a fraction of what it used to cost, years ago. And you guys are a tribute to that. So what are you going to do next? Just going to distribute the hell out of this, or you got other versions, or what's coming down the line?
Yes, we have, there's actually so our headphones have 2 drivers in every earpiece.
Uh-huh.
And so we actually are right on the cusp of having a 3-driver system.
Wow, 3 drivers!
that kicks us like way out of the...
Wow. And when you say drivers, so what that does, enhance the quality of the sound? Is that basically what's happening?
Yeah. So it's normal headphones basically have 2, they look like speakers that you put
right.
Right. Drivers, right. It's literally just putting speakers over your ears in normal headphones. So our headphones are way too small for that. Speakers can't fit in there.
Right,
so
I see.
Use drivers, which they use magnets essentially to produce sound waves.
I see.
So the more drivers you have, the more dedicated that sound can be. So if we have 2 drivers, we have 1 driver that just makes good high pitch sound, and another one that just makes good low pitch sound, and they overlap in the middle. With the third driver, you're going to have 3 ranges of sound dedicated more specifically to get more exact sound in that area.
So it's almost a 35% increase in the quality of the sound by adding another driver, huh? Wow. Well, actually, it's a 50% increase, right? It's 30
I do your math.
Right. Well, you got an engineer next to you. He'll figure that out. It's just going to be a hell of a lot better. That's what. Well, that's wonderful, guys. And it's so neat to see young people that are just grabbing ideas. Hey, the world needs this. And you're just figuring out how to do it. Nobody give you a big sack of money to do it. You just figured it out yourself, right? How to do this stuff and create it. And look at you made your goal on Kickstarter already. And so the next step, and you got 100 people or so that really want this stuff. And that must be the nicest thing in the world. People throw you money because they want what you have. What could be better than that, right? Maybe finding another girlfriend, but maybe not. Well, wonderful. Thank you for being there, guys. And it's lifeacoustics.com. LIFEACOUSTICS. See, I had to read it to make sure I spelled it right. .com. Weston and Cooper. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Matthew.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.